It's bad.
Ah,
It's the playoffs.
playoffs.
That hurt my ears. Don't do that ever again. Never do that again. Do not scream into the microphone like that ever again. Oh, God. You know what? Just roll the intro. At least our guest was cracking laughs back in the backstage. I don't know how to, again, embarrassment. Why am I here? Or that was awesome. I'm not sure. We'll find out in a second here.
Oh,
Jason,
yeah.
Don't even start with me, Jason. Don't do it. Don't do it. But hey, welcome in everyone. Welcome to the Quacking Off Show right here.
Quack.
Yeah. Well, hey, it's a great show. Look, it's the playoffs. You know, the regular season's done. Now we're in playoff mode, and it's a win or go home. Let's put it that way. It's just how it is.
Poor James Madison.
Come on, man. We got a guy in the back. Damn it's back. Okay, you know what? Totally wrecking me here. All right, everyone, let's welcome in our guest right now tonight as we deep dive into James Madison going to Oregon. And we're very, very appreciative for this man coming and taking his time for us. Welcome in the voice of James Madison, radio play-by-play caller for football and basketball. Welcome in, David Riggert.
Gentlemen, what's happening? Spaz, you better look out, my man. How you guys doing?
Good, man. Good. Pleasure to have you on. This is definitely a first for, I think, both of us as far as playing each other in any sport as far as I can remember.
I couldn't find any history earlier. I was kind of Googling, and I was like, yeah, we've never met ever before. I don't think in any sport. If we did, it was Olympics or something like that. Maybe at some point. I have no wrestling. I don't no idea.
Yeah, obviously the geographical regions that we both are in don't lend to many non-conference matchups. Maybe a postseason battle here and there, but I don't think there have been any. So I think this will be the first matchup between the Dukes and Ducks. So should be fun on Saturday. I'm looking forward to it. And obviously, Autzen Stadium is a place that I think a lot of people want to see, and that atmosphere is something special. So I know a lot of the James Madison fans are going to make their way out there. They're excited to go be in that venue and kind of check out what it's all about. Most of them haven't even been that way. I mean, it's a long way. It's about a 5.5 hour flight for us to even get out there. So it'll take some time to get out there, but looking forward to it.
Yeah, well, one, you're going to love it. I mean, Oregon's beautiful. I mean, I live in Houston now. Off and on, I've been in Texas like 18 years. Oregon's just beautiful. And this time of year, especially, the fall set in heavy. It's almost basically winter now. You know, it's like, so it's gonna. You're gonna love it though.
I was there one time. It was it's probably been 25 years now. When I was in college, I was at the University of Nebraska, and I did track and field there. And we had a track meet. I want to say it was 99. I'm not positive on that, but I think it was 1999. One of my last years doing track, and we went to Hayward Field and had a track meet there. It's been a long time, so I don't remember a ton, and I've obviously changed a ton since I was there last. But I'm anxious to just kind of look around. I think we're staying right by campus and right by Autzen Stadium, so a chance to kind of look around and check everything out. And especially going back to Hayward Field, that's the mecca of track and field in the U.S. So it'd be fun to go see that place and see everything that is up in the Pacific Northwest.
It's definitely changed. Hayward Field has evolved since you were here last. It'll blow your mind.
Yeah, I'm sure. I've seen it on TV, like at the U.S. trials last year and everything. They always have the big meets there now. So yeah, it looks nothing like it did back when I was there a long time ago.
I was gonna say the entire sports complex in general.
Yeah.
At the University of Oregon is probably most universities have changed dramatically for the most part since '99. You know,
Yeah,
obviously, well, there's
sure.
so much more money going into the programs, but yeah. So Dave, tell us a little bit about your background, because obviously being the play-by-play caller, I mean, I kind of looked at your history a little bit, but you know, just tell people like who you are and how you got involved with JMU.
Well, I grew up in a small town in Nebraska, and as I mentioned, I went to school at the University of Nebraska. Back in the heyday, that's when they were winning national championships. When I was going to school at Nebraska, they won 2 national titles while I was there. Won one right before I got to school there, so I was kind of there during the heyday of Tom Osborne, and when they were winning national championships with Tommy Frazier and Scott Frost and guys like that. So obviously, you guys know Scott Frost being an OC at Oregon a few years back, but. Hey, yeah. And now he was in Nebraska for a minute. That didn't work out for him, but now he's back at UCF and doing that. But grew up in a small town there. Went to the University of Nebraska to track and field, and didn't know what I wanted to do. But then got into sports broadcasting. Wanted to kind of stick in sports somehow, and I got an internship with a station in Lincoln to run Nebraska games and be on the Husker Sports Network. So did some of that type of stuff, and then got a job in Salina, Kansas, out of college, and did some high school games, did some NAIA games at Kansas Wesleyan, and then after about 8 or 9 years there, went to St. Joseph, Missouri, near Kansas City, and then did some Division II stuff at Missouri Western. Was there for almost 10 years, and was trying to get a Division I job at some point in time, and then. The JMU job opened up 4 years ago, and it kind of opened up at a strange time right before the season began. Just a couple weeks before the season began, the previous guy was getting out and for some family reasons. So it worked out pretty well for me where I was going to work at a radio station in Harrisonburg where JMU was at, and kind of a dual role there. And it worked out. I was able to get the job, and then the job has really transformed ever since, because when I took the job, they were still FCS. And then 2 months after I was out in Harrisonburg and calling games, that's when they made the move up. They announced that they were moving from FCS to FBS, going to the Sun Belt, and all of a sudden it was a Division I. It's FBS job, which the job changed in a hurry in just a couple of months. But they've had unprecedented success since I took over. It's been awesome to kind of see this ride. I don't think anybody expected to see what they would become and have a chance to be in the college football playoffs, because I remember our first year when we were looking at them and just watching, just not knowing what the transition would be like. You know, could they make this jump? They obviously had a ton of success at the FCS level, winning a couple of national championships. The previous year, they were in the Final Four, losing to North Dakota State. They had been to national championship games and been runners up to NDSU. But would that translate to FBS football in the Sun Belt? And no one really knew. I thought they'd win 4 or 5 games year one, if that, and you know, hopefully be bowl eligible at some point in time. But they went 8-3 in year one. They went 11-1 in year two, and have had just unprecedented success. If they could have been eligible to play in the Sun Belt championship game, they would have the first 2 years, and they're the first team to ever make the transition and have a full FBS schedule their first year. Most teams have a half and half FCS schedule, but they had a full FBS schedule when 8-3, and they've been the most successful team to make this transition in college football history. And now to be in the playoff in just their second year eligible to be in the college football playoff is pretty impressive. So it's been quite a ride that I've been on with these guys. Basketball won a game in the tournament a couple of years ago when they beat Wisconsin, then lost to Duke in the round of 32. So they really care about their athletic department at JMU, and they pump money into it. They've got a lot of support. Their fans are pretty rabid. It's a special place. I know obviously Oregon fans probably don't know a ton about it, but it is a special place, and they've done a tremendous job to get where they're at right now.
Yeah, right on.
100%. And also thinking of FCS to FBS, shout out. I have to always do it when I think about it. Shout out Kennesaw State going 2-10 last year to
right.
like 10-2 and conference title winners this year. That shows you the change in football these days, where a program can transition, but if they put the money where it is with the NIL, it can change everything drastically. You don't have to be a bottom dweller, so to say, from FCS to FBS. You can immediately like take over if the priorities are straight.
There's no doubt. And one thing too with JMU's jump up is Kurt Signetti was the head coach at the time when they made the transition. He was the perfect coach for the transition. He had been with Nick Saban at Alabama. He had been at NC State, some places where they had success at the FBS level. He kind of knew what an FBS team looked like transitioning from FCS. So he was the perfect coach for the transition. And then obviously he had tremendous success. He left after the second year of the transition, after the 11-1 regular season. And then he went to Indiana, obviously great success there. And Bob Chesney comes in and he's got to flip the roster. And as you talk about, just because of the resources they have and the type of coach he is, the type of coach he is, he was able to bring in about 66 guys in year one, 54 more this year, and find the right guys to continue the tradition and history that JMU has in their football program the last 25 years. So they've done it with two different coaches too. So that a lot of teams, again, they stick with one coach and he's able to kind of fight through all the challenges that they have. But they've been able to do it with two different coaches, and now a third coach coming in, and Billy Napier, as Coach Chesney's on his way out to UCLA. So there's been a lot of change, but the constant has been this program and the culture and just how they win, how they go about their business.
Yeah, how is that? Going through all these coaches in such short time, is that concerning for the fan base out there, or are they excited?
There's some of both. I think a lot. I talk about how rabid our fans are, but fans like that are pretty fanatical. They aren't always realistic. So they think JMU's the best and that coach should stay and no one should leave. There's been fans when we've had guys go to Texas or Ole Miss and transfer that they like write them off. They've graduated from JMU, but they use their last year and go to Texas or Ole Miss or somewhere else, and they feel like they didn't finish at JMU, so they're not. Our fans can sometimes be a little delusional at times, so it is sometimes hard that why are they not staying? But I think in this day and age, it's a product of the success of JMU. If you want to be 6-6 and 7-5, you're going to have the same coach for 10 years, and you'll be mediocre, and that's fine. But if you want to be 10-2, if you want to be 12-1 like they are this year, that's at the group of 5 level. If you have that type of success, you will get paid. And Coach Chesney is going to get over $6 million per season. That's almost 10 times what he's making at JMU to go coach at UCLA. So no one can fault him for that. He came to JMU. He did the best job that he could, and he's got them in the college football playoffs. So any fan that's upset with him, they need a reality check, because they need to be thankful for the success that he continued to bring to JMU. And it is what the group of 5 is about. It's a stepping stone. Whether people like it or not, it's a stepping stone. If you have success, whether on the court, on the field, or as a coach, you're going to get plucked by somebody else because of the massive amounts of dollars there are in college athletics. If some of our best players in basketball and football, they're going to get paid somewhere else if they're really good. Alonzo Barnett, our quarterback, we hope he stays. He was the player of the year this year with a year of eligibility left. He's probably going to get a lot of phone calls and people in his ear and money thrown his way, and you can't pass that up. So it's a stepping stone. People don't want to hear that. It is. But they have the stability, the leadership in place where they can sustain it, and they can bring in a guy like Billy Napier, who's had success at this level. It didn't go like he wanted to at Florida, but they were able to get a pretty big name to come to JMU and try and continue this success. But they've got a strong foundation that I think they can get some of the best coaches in America to be up for this job if it ever opens up again.
I think you're 100% correct. One, I mean, and there's nothing wrong with being a G5 team, especially 3 years into FBS. I mean, look, as Oregon fans, people are like, your coach left. Like, well, they went to their alma mater. They're like, Oregon's a stepping stone. I have the spiel going on here in the chat of JMU has more championship history than Oregon. Thanks, Clint. He's an Oregon State Beaver. He's an Oregon State Beaver fan, so he's always. They
do have 2 national championships.
Oh, don't even start with
I know it's much different, but yes.
But you get it. When we're losing, it's a good point when you're making those. You're losing code. We're losing both coordinators after this playoff, and actually our DC, who's going to Cal now, openly said that he turned down another job or lost that job because they wouldn't let him stay through the playoffs. Then he ended up at his alma mater in Cal, so it worked out better, I guess. But this is kind of a weird playoff game because almost all the coaches are leaving to a degree following the playoffs.
Yeah, Coach Lanning is about the only one that's sticking around right now. But yeah, it's the way it is now in college football. When you have success, you're going to get an opportunity somewhere else, and whether that's a coordinator at the Power Four level, those guys are going to get opportunities at places like Kentucky and Cal and the others that are open. And John Summerall at Tulane, he's going to be the head coach of Florida, so he's on his way out. But the one thing that I appreciate at Oregon, at JMU, at Tulane is that they're letting these coaches finish out this season. And Coach Chesney's been very adamant about that he wants to finish this season the right way. Next season, 2026, he'll worry about UCLA, and Billy Napier will worry about JMU, but it's still 2025 right now. And I know the calendar doesn't always work the greatest, and Ole Miss didn't handle this the right way where Lane Kiffin's not coaching them in the playoff. That's a whole nother situation. But JMU's done it the right way. I think Oregon is doing it the right way. Tulane is doing it the right way, where they're letting these coaches finish what they started. And you see that so many times in bowl games. And it'd be different if JMU was just in a bowl game. Coach Chesney probably wouldn't be the coach, and there'd be some guys opting out. So it'd be a whole different situation, especially at the group of 5 level. But it's now that you're in the playoff, they're all doing it the right way, I think. And it's strange, but I think there's so much trust built up with Coach Chesney and the administration here that he's probably doing 2 jobs at once right now, but his focus is on JMU and trying to win a game, trying to beat Oregon, and trying to put a good product out there.
That's what it should be. I mean, because it's a big statement for him, his players. A lot of this is their final college game. Like, they'll be out of eligibility potentially. You know, they want to make a statement. It's a lot of pride too. You know,
for sure.
You can go up to Oregon and win pull off the upset, as they would say, and win. I mean,
it does wonders for him at UCLA probably too. I mean, if he can go pull off an upset at Oregon, it's going to probably help his job at UCLA to be able to get recruits and show that, hey, I won a college football playoff game at a place like JMU. Now I'm going to UCLA with more resources and more opportunities there. So, and then it helps JMU because they showed that they can win at this level too. So it's a win-win for everybody to continue to try and have the success that they're having this year.
100%. Personally, I had a question because knowing that you're the play-by-play, and you even just said it before we went live, and we jumped into this, and that's okay. I don't need to backtrack too much. But you're going to go to the Oregon game, for instance, but you have a basketball game, you said, tomorrow night. Then you're going to go with the team to Oregon and do the call. What is the actual preparation like for you for these games? Because I know I sit and I look at, trust me, like you just said, fanatical fans. They will bitch and complain if an announcer gets someone's name wrong. Like, I made sure I was pronouncing your last name correctly right beforehand just to make sure. And people will lose their minds online if someone gets someone's name wrong. And I'm like,
they will.
It's a lot of preparation. There's a lot of players on the field. You got the whole roster.
It's a challenge, it is, and especially with the crossover season with football and basketball going on. And I'm in Norfolk, Virginia tonight in a hotel. I'm going to call a game tomorrow night and then drive back late, probably get back at 2 a.m. and then hop on the charter flight, the bus to get the charter flight at noon the next day on Thursday to come out to Eugene. So it's a wild time right now. It has been really since November started when basketball began, but I love it. That's why I got into this. It's what I enjoy to do. It's what I enjoy. It's what I love to do, and it's a passion of mine. But yeah, I don't even. I'd have to speculate on how many hours I spend on prepping for games, but it's a lot. I mean, I'm still doing some football stuff here while I'm on the basketball trip. I had to cram last night for basketball because I'd been doing so much football prep that I had to kind of stay up late last night to finish up basketball prep for the game tomorrow night here at Old Dominion University. So but part of that is I really enjoy the prep work. Obviously, game day and doing the games, I live for that. And just to stay involved like I do and getting to be at Autzen Stadium, it's a dream come true for me to call a college football playoff game. Not many people get to do that. So that's a dream come true for me. I got to call a March Madness game, a couple of them 2 years ago. That was always kind of a bucket list thing for me as an announcer to be able to do that. So these are special opportunities that I don't take for granted because I may never get another chance to do this. I didn't know if I'd ever get the chance to do this. So something like this is just, this is special to me. I'm living this up and enjoying every minute of it. And I keep telling the JMU fans the same thing. And it's a little different in Oregon when you guys are going to be in the playoff probably more times than not, and that just is what it is, with especially with Coach Lanning and what they've done. But for a G5 program, this may never happen again. You almost have to have a perfect season to get into the playoff. So I keep telling our fans that I mentioned are kind of fanatical and not always realistic. This should not be an every year expectation. Now it can be a want and a and a dream, but this should not be an expectation, because this is maybe a once in 10 years, once in 15-year situation where it all works out. JMU needed so many things to come into place the last couple weeks of the season to get to this spot, and fortunately they did. So, and this may never happen again. They needed Cal to beat SMU 2 weeks ago. They needed Duke to beat Virginia in the conference championship game. They had to win their game. So many things had to fall into place. The ACC had to screw everything up with their tiebreakers and not allow Miami to play in the championship game. So, I mean, so many things had to happen for this to be a reality, but it is, and they shouldn't be ashamed of it. They were able to play their way into it by the rules that are out there, so they don't have anything to be sorry for. All the people that are out there saying they don't belong, well, guess what? They played the system right. They did their job, and they are one of the top 5 conference champions that are ranked. So they did everything they needed to do. But to go back to your question, just the prep work, there's a ton of it. But I love that part of it. I love getting to know other teams. There's always challenges, especially with football, when somebody's got the ball and you're just like, man, I don't know who number 18 is. And then I've got to look down, but that's why I've got everything in front of me. But I love doing that. There's countless hours. I stay up late at night to almost every night. I've got 3 boys, so I try and spend as much time with them as I can. When they're in bed, then I get to work and really hammer out some different notes and boards and different things that I use for games. But I enjoy doing that. That's a fun part of the job for me. Some people don't like it and just show up to games and try and do games. But those people, you can tell when they do that they're not prepared, they're not as good. So I take a lot of pride in what I do. And like I said, this is a dream come true for me to be able to call a college football playoff game.
Yeah, totally. I mean, give us a little insight on JMU this year, and the team we're facing coming in, and where you think where you think their strengths and weaknesses may be, and where their chances are.
This will be a huge challenge for sure. They know that, but this is a pretty confident group. I'll start with their defense, because that side of the football really stands out. I mean, they're number 2 in the country in total defense right now, number 2 in rushing defense. They've been outstanding the entire year. Colin Hitchler came in from Alabama as a defensive coordinator. He was let go from that staff after year 1. And he's done a tremendous job. He's kind of simplified things. But the one thing they really did was they retained some key pieces. And as I talked about earlier, and we were talking, again, so many players and coaches move nowadays and go in the transfer portal. But they were able to keep some key pieces on defense. Emmanuel Bush, their nose tackle, could play for anybody in the country. Trent Hendrick, their linebacker, was the defensive player of the year in the Sun Belt. He's been a 4-year guy for this team. Jacob Thomas is another 4-year guy that started as a walk-on. He's a safety that can play for many teams in the country as well. So they kept that nucleus really up the middle. And then they were able to go out in the portal and get some veteran players that maybe weren't sought after transfers, but they did it on both sides of the football. One thing Coach Chesney did this year was go after guys in the portal that had experience, maybe not at the FBS level, but he got a lot of FCS guys. But as we know, playing there just recently as 5 years ago, and there's a lot of good football players down there. And he brought in some veteran guys that had production over potential. You know, in the portal, you can go get, especially the G5 level, you can go get a Power 4 kid that was on the bench at Oregon or Alabama or Georgia. They weren't playing. But a lot of people are just like, oh man, he was at Georgia, so he's got to be a good player. Well, you bring him in, and there was a reason he wasn't playing there. So that there's that potential that, yeah, maybe he could be good. And some of those guys do work out. But Coach Chesney really, and his staff, They went to the lower levels or the group of 5 level and got guys with production over the potential. So veteran guys that have played a lot of college football, not all at JMU, but they've filled in some of the guys they retained with some pieces like that. And on defense, they're really, really good. Aggressive. Their defensive line, that's what gets them going. They have about 9 guys they rotate up front on the defensive line, so they stay pretty fresh throughout the football game. They've got veterans in the secondary, so the defense has really stood out. I mentioned the 3 that have kind of been the start so far. And then Sire West is a redshirt freshman from Baltimore. He had 3 sacks. 5.5 tackles for loss and 10 total tackles in the Sun Belt Championship game a couple weeks ago. Kind of burst onto the scene as a freshman. He was the freshman of the year in the Sun Belt, so he's a name I think to listen for in the game on Saturday, because he's starting to really come into his own as a redshirt freshman. But on the offensive side, it starts with their quarterback and running back, and 2 guys that they've had a lot of trials and tribulations. They've spent their entire careers at JMU. And they're both redshirt juniors, and they both 2 years ago, I think a lot of people thought they were either going to transfer or they'd be off the team somehow or some way. Alonzo Barnett was the player of the year in the Sun Belt this year, our quarterback. He's been a 2-year starter at quarterback. 2 years ago, in Curt Cignetti's last year, he won the job out of fall camp as a redshirt freshman. And so a lot of people are excited about him. He had a bright future. And then he played against Bucknell in our first game against an FCS team, and he was dreadful. He was terrible. He was not good at all. So he got benched at halftime, and Jordan McLeod, who spent time at Arizona, and he finished up at Texas State, but he came in, played really well, and never lost the job again, and went on to be the Sun Belt Player of the Year that year. So Alonzo Barnett, he didn't handle it well. He was, again, just a redshirt freshman. It was hard for him to deal with. So everybody thought that he would transfer and that he'd go somewhere else and that he'd move on from this place. But then Coach Cignetti left and went to Indiana. And I think if Coach Cignetti stayed, he probably doesn't get another chance. That's just the reality of it is. He'll probably go get a transfer quarterback like he's done at Indiana and go with somebody else. But a new coaching staff came in. Now they brought in Dylan Morris as a guy that you guys probably know a little bit of because he was at Washington. He was the backup to Michael Penix. Yep. They brought him in to be the quarterback essentially last year, and Alonzo Barnett beat him out and had a great year. He had 26 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, and earned all conference honors. But the last play of the last regular season game in double overtime against Marshall, he tore his ACL. So there was a lot of question marks as to whether he would even be back to play this year. So he tore his ACL, so there were a ton of question marks on if he'd even play this year. And he worked his tail off in the offseason. Now, the coaching staff, they went and got a couple quarterbacks because he obviously, as you guys know, they've got to get that position right. And so they went out and got Matthew Sluka, who was at UNLV, who had a great career with this coaching staff at Holy Cross. Many people thought he'd be the starter. Alonzo worked his tail off. He got cleared during fall camp, and he beat him out. And they shared reps the first couple games, but again, now he's the player of the year in the Sun Belt, and it's a great story. And then Wayne Knights is very similar. He came in and didn't see much time early in his career, and then his second year, his redshirt freshman year, he tried to get a red shirt. He played in 4 games on special teams, wasn't going to get any carries as a running back because they had a deep running back room, and Coach Cignetti wouldn't let him do it. So he left the team. He went in the portal mid-season after 4 games so he could retain his red shirt, and he wasn't on the team. The coaching change happens. Coach and his brother's on the team, Yamir, who now is at SMU, and he talks to Coach Chesney and hey, my brother, he loves it here, wants to stick around. So then he came back, worked his tail off, and had a pretty good role last year. But he has taken off this year. He came in this year as probably the number 4 guy on the depth chart at running back, maybe number 5, and he beat them all out during fall camp. And now he has turned into a first-team all-conference running back. He was a second-team All-American as an all-purpose player, as the punt return guy as well. He leads the team in receptions as well as over 1,200 yards rushing. So he's had an unbelievable year. And those 2 guys, they're the stars on offense, and they've had pretty up and down rides throughout their college careers. But it's a pretty impressive story to see what they've done right now.
David, thank you. I was literally just sitting here just laughing because I'm like, I see why you're a radio play-by-play caller, because my God, I couldn't talk that much straightforward without screwing up. You got it. I'm like, you can take a breath. It's okay. It's okay. you just mentioned though a lot. Just from Kirk Cignetti with Chesney now, it's called evaluating players.
Yeah.
Much like what Oregon has done when they bring in guys. They go after the players that they go, this can work for us, fits our system best. And our
Bo Nix, why would you go get Bo Nix? The fan base was losing their freaking mind when we went and got Bo Nix. And
our
they're
fan
like,
base was losing their mind with Dan Lanning. Are you kidding me? Again, the fanatics.
it
not always
was
realistic,
insane.
are they? Not always realistic.
We had five. We had, I think, at one point. Well, we were close to 1,000 people on our spaces at like 1 a.m. The night Dan Lanning got hired, and half the fanatics were like ready to jump off the bridge into the river.
Well,
and
it's crazy. Even last year, and even after the first couple games this year, when JMU was struggling a little bit offensively, and against Louisville, they were running both quarterbacks out there. I mean, they're saying fire Chesney. I mean, they're fire Dean Kennedy, the offensive coordinator. This isn't working. We got to go a different direction. And then now, 4 or 5 weeks later, they're all praising them and how great they are and everything. So again, it's a week to week situation with most fan bases, and yeah, you love to have the support, but again, they're not always realistic on what their expectations are.
Oh, 100%. Last year, the first 3 weeks, I had to keep pulling Spaz off of the ledge of a bridge. And then they won 13-0 and won the Big Ten, but I had to pull them off the literally.
Yeah, I can tell Spaz is one of those that probably isn't realistic. Yeah.
That is true. That is true.
No offense.
No, I'm a fanatic at heart. I'm a sports fan, die hard. I had a rough growing up, so I didn't get to pursue my dreams. I was kind of where you're at. As far as, growing up, I was like, I wanted to be in sports broadcasting, journalism, all that. But I don't like typing. I don't like writing. I'll sit here and talk to you for 5 hours.
Yeah.
But having me dictated on this thing or on a tablet, or forget it. Get somebody to write it for me, because I'm not doing it. It's just not me. And that I've just always been into sports, and I'm the fan guy, and that's why I've learned, I'll take the press pass, but I'm not going to sit in the press box anymore.
Just get into the game somehow.
Yeah, just use my pass, go into the game, do the media stuff and whatnot. But it doesn't mean I have to sit in the press box.
That's right.
It just means I have that option. Because I'm too much of a fan at heart. I get too involved into the game emotionally because I've been there my whole life, and that's just what I've always done. And to turn that switch off was just too difficult for me.
I understand. It's hard for some people. There's no doubt. That's why there's no cheering in the press box, Spaz.
Yeah. I got a memo the next day. No cheering in the press box. And I was like, well, there goes my press pass.
He was never allowed another one since.
No, I did. I did. I
didn't
go because I was sick that next week.
Well, that's you just kind of went over a huge breakdown of the team, and I'm looking at the roster. So when you brought up West, I was like, I mean, yeah, he's got 7 sacks. You just said he did 3 sacks this last game.
Yeah,
that's impressive. One, because I mean, oh, by the way, it's Tuioti and Uyunglele.
Thank you.
You're learning.
Don't learning. Whatever. I'm saying that's when the Oregon fans lose their mind when people can't pronounce Tuioti.
Oh, I'm sure.
they like lose their minds about that stuff.
We had Uyunglele's dad on here, and
Big Dave.
That was wild. That was
But that
wild.
was fun. Yeah, I bet that was fun.
We couldn't get him off of here. He wouldn't leave.
Yeah. He was on for what, 2.5 hours?
I think, yeah, something about that. Like 2.5 hours.
Well, I'm not going to be on for 2.5 hours. I can promise you that.
That's what I was going to say. That's what I was going to say. We've already been on like 35 minutes and we haven't even really gotten into the game because you're going to be there. We're all going to be watching for sure because, of course, it is the first round of the 2025 playoffs as James Madison, 12 seed, takes on the number 5 seed Oregon in Autzen Stadium this Saturday at 4:30 p.m. Pacific. What are the expectations for JMU? Like realistically, not the fanatics, the average fan base. Let's like be neutral about it, like in a sense, because the line is 21 points still.
I think just with the team, they're confident. They feel like they can win the game, and they should. Again, they're going into this with nothing to lose. All the pressure's on Oregon. They're the higher seed. They should win the game. But JMU has shown that they can play with anybody this year. And I know some people talk about their schedule and everything like that, but teams won't play them. JMU won't. They have a hard time getting Power 4 teams to play them because there's a potential that they could lose. JMU went to Louisville this year when they were full strength in week 2, and they didn't dominate the game, but they out-yarded Louisville. They out first down. They held a Louisville team that went to Miami, who's in the college football playoff, by the way. Louisville went down there and won.
We got to stop talking about Miami because we will start going on Mario Cristobal rant.
Oh yeah, you guys probably would, wouldn't you?
I will lose it.
But just Louisville went down there and beat Miami, who's obviously very good. When Louisville was full strength, JMU played them and gave up 2 big plays in the second half. That game was tied at the end of 3.
Whoa.
What just happened?
I don't know. We just lost all audio.
Your audio.
Yeah, we just lost.
I was
it was like
there we go. Okay, there we go. I was like, we just lost everything.
We're like, oh.
No, it'll be a huge challenge. It would be a huge upset if they won the game. But they believe, they feel like they can. So it's they've got everything's gonna have to be perfect for them to win the game. They're gonna have to win the turnover battle. They're gonna have to play the best game that they've played on both sides of the football. I think the biggest thing is when a group of 5 team plays a Power 4 team. In this instance, obviously, it's the lines of scrimmage. It's just different. I think JMU found that against Louisville. They really had a hard time stopping that front. And it's a really good front. I think it's very comparable to Oregon's. I think they're very similar. So can they contain that front? I think JMU's a much better team than they were when they played Louisville. So I think they've got some different things and different ideas that they can do. I think they'll have to get the ball out quick. The screen game, I think teams have done that against Oregon all year long, though, because no one's been able to really block that front. So they're going to have to play their best football. There's no doubt. They're going to have to get some breaks. If it's raining, maybe they can get some help with some turnovers, things like that. So the expectations, I think, are for me, the expectation isn't that they're going to go win the game, but I think they can be very competitive. And then if things fall right, as I was talking with some of the guys the other day, if we played Oregon, if JMU played Oregon 50 times, Oregon wins the majority of the time. 95% of the time, they probably win the game. But it's one game on Saturday afternoon, Saturday night, and you just have to be better that day. It's not a best of 7 series. It's nothing like that. So they're confident. They feel like they can go play with anybody in the country. Can they? We'll find out. It's going to be a whole different atmosphere than they had played. Again, it was loud at Louisville. It's going to be a whole different situation with Autzen in a playoff game, their first ever playoff game at Autzen. So it'll be a huge upset if they can pull it off. But they feel like they can. And again, I'm not going to doubt this team at all. This has been a great football team all year long. They've shown that they can play with anybody, and they've had some adversity that they've been able to handle. So could they get blown out? Yeah, they could. They definitely could. But I feel like they can, with the defense that they have, I think they can stay in the game. And it's just a matter of if their offense can get going, unlike they really couldn't against Louisville. But they were, again, trying both quarterbacks. So we'll see what happens. They're a confident group. They feel like they can go compete and win, and it'll be a huge challenge, though. There's no doubt.
Yeah, 14-point loss at Louisville wasn't bad.
Well, and again, it was tied going into the fourth quarter, and they were leading for most of it, and they outgained them. They gave up, I think it was 264 in the game, and 144 came on 2 plays. The other 51 plays went for like 122 yards. And then, again, that's a Louisville team that had over 400 yards at Miami. That was one of the best offenses in the ACC when they were healthy. So this defense has shown that they can shut down some teams. Again, these two defenses really mirror each other, where they're very aggressive, but they don't give up a ton of big plays. And that's been key, I think, all year long for both the Ducks and the Dukes. That for defensively, just don't give up big plays, and they've limited those the entire season. So I think the two defenses really mirror each other a lot in that aspect.
Yeah, because statistically, JMU is actually one of the best defenses in the FBS. Statistically, of course, you can say like who they played, et cetera, et cetera. But
they're number 2 right now.
Number-wise, they're very good. Like, they're very good.
And again, 74 yards is all they allow on the ground. In the 9 Sun Belt games, including the Sun Belt Championship game, the one thing with this team is they've made a lot of adjustments at halftime that have been really good. They were down at halftime in 3 of their Sun Belt games. And then in the 9 Sun Belt games that they played this year, including the Sun Belt Championship game, they shut out their opponents 6 times in the second half. And they held them to 143 rushing yards total in the 9 games in the second half. And 141 came from one team in the second half. So the other 8 teams got 2 yards. So it's been incredible, the adjustments that they've made. Obviously, early in games, you're going to see some things that maybe you didn't practice. Other teams are going to try some different things with their script and maybe hit some plays. But the second half, the defense has been just unbelievable, giving up, I think it's an average of like 3 points per game in the second half of their Sun Belt games. So again, it's a different animal. I get that with Oregon than the Sun Belt teams, which the Sun Belt wasn't its strongest that it's been. It's been a good league, but this year it was down a little bit. It's a different animal playing Oregon. But again, this team has shown that they're pretty tough-minded. This is the most together team that I've ever been around. Again, I've been doing this for 20 years, and this team's the closest team I've ever been around. Even Kurt Signetti's teams that were good at JMU, there was kind of a divide with the offense and defense, didn't really hang out. This team is so tight-knit that, again, that's part of why they believe in each other and believe they can win the game.
I think you're 100% correct. One, it's just a jump, plus the travel all the way to Oregon for a home game. Because after last year with our Rose Bowl thing, we were like, why couldn't we have had a home playoff game? Holy hell, why? So finally this year we got it, and yet we could have lost that spot had like BYU beaten Texas Tech.
Right.
We could have gotten kind of screwed in that situation. But so we're looking forward to that. But I think you're right. But when you look at like the Louisville game, and this is going back because that's how bad Miami is, because Louisville beat Miami, and yet still Miami got in the playoff and they didn't play for their own conference title. How bad of a conference do you have to be to not play for your own conference title and still get in the playoffs?
Well, I don't know.
Sorry, I like to talk crap about the ACC.
No, they're kind of a mess right now, honestly. And it wasn't the greatest year for the ACC, and then to have the tiebreakers that they had this year that didn't even allow some teams to get to that. Hey, it helped the Dukes. So we're grateful that the ACC was a mess this year. So it helped James Madison get to the CFP. So we'll take it in Harrisonburg. There's no doubt.
And Merce here, one of our Oregon fans, brings up this, and this was actually a banner. I have it for it. Is there a concern that you're aware of with the team, potentially defensively, knowing that Oregon could get back potentially 3 receivers? Because they have been without them.
That's the one thing. I was talking to our defense coordinator about that, and he's just like, they've done, because obviously they had to kind of switch what they were doing. They used a lot of 12 personnel with 2 tight ends, a lot of 22 personnel with 2 running backs and 2 tight ends, and getting that. It's just when they're fully healthy with their receiving core, it's a much different football team. A lot more speed, a lot more athleticism, and they can just do so many more different things. So I think that is a major concern, and there's not a ton of tape on it this year. Because those guys have been kind of banged up in and out of the lineup, and obviously they still have an understanding of what they're going to do, but it's probably given them a little bit more homework to do to look at different packages, because late in the year they didn't have those guys, but now all of a sudden with a few weeks off and not playing in the conference championship, then all of a sudden they can get them healthy. It looks like they're going to be good to go, so it'll be probably the healthiest Oregon's been in a long time, which makes it even harder for JMU this weekend.
Yeah.
Oregon's been banged up for easily the last month and a half, especially receiver wise. Like every week, it was like another receiver down, and we're like,
and at one point they only had, I think, 4 scholarship receivers available for them for some games.
It was rough. No, it was getting rough. I was like, oh, this is the killer this year. And then our O-line started getting hit, and I was like, come on, not again. Here we go. But the backups all came in. They all did what they're supposed to do, next man up.
That's right.
But yeah, now you're, like you said, now they've had some downtime, get healthy. They don't have to travel now. They get to stay right there at Autzen, practice, and focus. And, oh, please, Evan Stewart, please. Just run as a decoy. Just run as a decoy. Run some routes.
Yeah, run some routes. Let Benson get the load.
Yeah, I again, like you were talking about, Dave, with their evaluation of players. Malik Benson, Alabama, Florida State. Florida State, he was fine. He was the leading receiver at Florida State, but that was with DJU at their 2 and 10 year.
Right.
You know, who goes to Oregon? He's the leading receiver.
And he was a junior college player in Kansas too, and he actually played for a friend of mine at Hutchinson Community College. So Drew Dallas is the head coach at Hutch Community College, and that's where he began his college career there. So he began at junior college there. So a little bit of a tie. And Dan Lanning
is from St. Joseph.
He's right from the Kansas City area. I didn't even realize that. So when I was covering some of the high school teams in that area, he was his first coaching job, because he was at William Jewell College, a Division II school that the school that I was at Missouri Western would play once in a while, and then he was at Park Hill South, I think it was, or Park Hill, one of those schools, and for his first coaching job. And I probably called a game where he was a coach on the sideline at Park Hill South or Park Hill. So it's kind of a small world that now, obviously, he's done what he's done and doing great things at Oregon. But it's I don't remember him. He doesn't remember me, but our paths crossed a long time ago.
It's a smaller world too, in the sense when you say that, because we were trying to tomorrow night to get on actually a JMU Sports Network crew. They're both former players of JMU. One went to the Giants. They had on a former Oregon linebacker from like 2000. They ran a cross pass. One of their old coaches was Drew Maringer.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he was the offensive coordinator at JMU in 2014.
They were talking about that.
He's out there with you guys.
Yeah, what a small kind of circular world. The Twitter world. If you look at Twitter and the JMU and Oregon fans, it's a beef, but it's a fun battle. It's kind of like
it's been a fun week.
Yeah, it's not like a love hate or whatever type of rivalry thing. It's just like
it's almost getting to know each other a little bit, honestly. It's kind of getting to know each program a little bit and all the connections that you're talking about, because there's little different connections everywhere. But yeah, there has been a ton of trash talking. I think there's a ton of respect for both teams, and I think that shows kind of the tradition and history of both programs. That, again, even Oregon fans don't know a lot about JMU, but I think they respect the tradition and history. And for them to get to this spot after just being the second year eligible to be in the CFP, I think they understand the history and tradition, and they respect that.
Yeah, and it's probably the end of the G5s getting in unless a miracle happens.
Probably just, I'm sure the CFP will change it, and there'll be one spot available, and that's why I keep telling everybody, hey, again, enjoy this, because things will change. Yeah, the CFP doesn't want this to happen again, so they'll probably change it. So again, you could still be the one team to do it every once in a while, but again, enjoy it while it's happening, because you just never know when this is going to happen again.
Exactly.
Like said, all the stars aligned in a way, with Duke taking out Virginia, because Virginia was a lock at that point, and it was just like,
again, you almost have to have a perfect season if you're JMU or Tulane or anybody. You almost have to be perfect to get in, and sometimes that's not even enough. So again, with the one loss, JMU wasn't going to get in without all the help that they had, but fortunately they did. And again, they're relishing the opportunity. There's no doubt.
100%. I mean, they should. The coaches, all the players, all the fans should.
I mean, this is a huge deal for this university, for the school, for the athletic department. I mean, they're going to get millions of dollars for this, and the Sun Belt, they get money too from this. So it's going to help everybody involved. It's just, there's so much exposure that you can't buy this exposure.
TV,
just everybody talking, whether it's good or bad.
Whether it's good or bad.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's exposure nonetheless.
Well,
people are saying they shouldn't be in. Who cares? They're talking about James Madison. People are getting to know it, and that's kind of been the cool thing that we talked about, kind of the journey, what it's been like since I got to JMU, and this is my 5th season, and kind of the meteoric rise of JMU becoming a national brand. It was not a national brand before when I got there. Again, still being FCS. I didn't know a ton about JMU living in the Midwest. Not many people did. They just didn't follow FCS football. Yeah, you kind of knew they were good. You'd hear about them once in a while, but they were not a national brand. And then they were ranked in year 1 of being in the FBS, ranked in year 2, ranked this year. So to be ranked in 3 of your first 4 years at the FBS level has made you a national brand, and now they can recruit a whole different footprint. And it's been fun to see that. And now folks in Oregon, folks in California, they know they know who JMU is, and they would never have known that. They didn't know it 5 years ago. So it's fun to see that become a national brand now.
And don't tell anyone. I've told them if we didn't have Dan Lanning, I want Kurt Scanetti. We didn't have Dan Lanning.
He's a hell of a football coach.
Yeah, I love that guy. He's fiery. He's passionate. You can tell, and he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he can be hard to work with sometimes, but he is a hell of a football coach. There is no doubt. And he took 13 JMU players with him, and he's winning there with a lot of JMU guys.
Again, evaluation. Then let's look at this. I guess we're about 51 minutes, and I know you have other things you got to do.
Yeah, we'll finish up with this.
Let's confidence level for the Dukes. What is your outlook for this game? Like as a whole, we're going to get a little score prediction maybe for you, or at least a verdict, maybe potential outlook. I don't know if you can do that actually as a play.
I probably shouldn't, since I'm calling.
Yeah, I was about to say. I was like,
right,
I don't think you should, because we're going to give ours on like Thursday. We're going to do our kind of final evaluation. But like, as you with this team, knowing it so in depth, but having to go to Autzen, the pressure. I mean, I'd say that there's pressure on the team. Any team, it's a playoff. It's do or die. Sure. Like you said, it's one and done, whatever, or you move on or go home. Like, what is the confidence level that you have or the fan base has, like, going into this game?
Personally, for me, I'm confident that they will be competitive. I don't know that I'm confident they'll win the game. That's just being realistic. Could they win the game? Absolutely. I think they definitely could. But to win the game, to go to Autzen with how that place is going to be, to travel across the country, and again, that's a really good football team. So to go win that game, I think the confidence level is probably not there to win it, but I think they can be competitive. And if things go the right way, if they can force 3 or 4 turnovers and play as clean as they can they win it? Yeah, they can. But this team, that I do feel like I mentioned earlier, they feel like they can win. Now, is that realistic? I don't know, but they feel like they can do it, and they should. I mean,
yeah, you absolutely should.
Absolutely. Yeah. So they feel like, and I do feel like the Louisville game does help them. Yes, I keep kind of referencing that, and that's the only G5 or a P4 game that they played. But they were in the game. They were dominating the game for a while, and they had a chance to win the football game. And again, that team goes and does what they do. I think that they feel like they can do the same thing this week, and I think that gives them confidence. They were pissed off after that game because they felt like they let one get away that could have cost them a spot in the playoff. Now, fortunately, it didn't, but they were so pissed off after that game that, hey, we should have won the game. I think it proved to them that they can play with the Power 4 schools. So that's something that I think really helps this team. And so their confidence level, I think, is very high. I think they do feel like they can win the game. For me, I don't – it's going to take – I don't know if it's a miracle, but it's going to take a perfect football game for them to win, to go up to that place, and just how it's going to be. It's just – and again, the Ducks are a great football team, and that's part of it too.
I have a quote from 1980. Do you believe in miracles?
Oh, gosh.
You never know. Hey, that's why we play these games, right? Sports is the best reality TV there is, and you never know what's going to happen. I can't wait to see what transpires Saturday. Win or lose, I'm going to have a hell of a time. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
I'm going to soak all this in. I think all JMU Nation should.
You're going to soak it in, all right, because it's dumping up here.
That's what I hear. It could be a little wet up. I heard it's rained a ton, and it's supposed to continue throughout the entire week.
Yeah.
You're 100% right, though. Anything can happen in college football. That's why it makes college football the best sport there is. It's just the wildest things can happen. But like you said, they control the game in a certain aspect and get a couple breaks here or there, like a couple turnovers. The game could get really dicey for the Ducks.
I mean, Washington State, who you guys know very well. I mean, we played them this year. They're a good football team. They went to Ole Miss and should have won the game. They went to Virginia and should have won the game. Those are one team that's in the playoff. The other one was almost in it. They would have beat Duke. So you just never know from week to week. When you get a defense like JMU does, I think that is something that a lot of G5s don't have. That's why they're not in these situations. JMU's got a defense that can hopefully limit the big plays and contain Oregon's offense to keep them in the game. And I think that's the only way that they're going to be able to do it. So their defense has got to play like they have all year long and contain them and again, keep them in the game and then just see what happens.
Yeah, unfortunately for you guys, I feel you would have had a better shot had you flipped with Tulane and you guys play in Ole Miss. I think you would have had a better shot.
I 100% agree.
I do agree. The travel across the country, especially too. That's like,
yeah.
I mean, but like, if Oregon comes out of this, bam, we gotta go play Tech at the Orange Bowl.
Yep.
Like, and then after that, you gotta go back across the country to play again. And then the national championship would be in Miami, for instance. It's like, come on.
Yeah, from Eugene to Miami, that's about as far as you can go in the U.S.
Yeah.
In the continental U.S.
This is why I don't go to games. I'm like, man, I can't afford to do that. Are you kidding me?
So I got a quick question for you, Dave. Okay. Hypothetical, if you were the coach, let's say if you were the coach or whatever, or the AD, or I don't know who figures all this stuff out. You're Oregon or JMU, doesn't matter. You have this first game at home. Then you go to Miami if you win. Then you go to where's it, Tempe, and then you go back to Miami again. Well, would you not just theoretically stay in Miami for the 3 weeks and less travel?
I doubt it. I think nowadays, again, because like, for instance, our charter flight on Thursday is an enormous plane that has 3 different sections where there's a ton of room. So I think the travel for these guys is so much easier than being on a commercial flight where you're jam-packed and then you're in a plane for 5 or 6 hours. I just think that the travel, it's 5 hours. And again, you lose 3 hours. Like, we'll lose, obviously, you lose 3 hours coming to the East Coast. But I think there'd be too much involved in that. There'd just be too much to get away from what you know at your own facility where you can practice and be in your own bed. So I think just with the travel nowadays, with the planes that they have, I feel like there's enough time in between it. It's a little more than a week. So I think if it were maybe a week or 6 days and it's a quick turnaround, then maybe. But when you have more than a week, I think you take a day travel and then you get back into the friendly confines that you're used to.
Yeah, Spaz, don't start making excuses.
Yeah, don't think too much into it.
Don't start making excuses like USC did about like, oh, it's the travel that affected our win-loss record. It's the travel when they're the ones who destroyed the Pac-12. Don't start using the USC, USC logic, quote unquote. There. Yeah, we will trash talk Miami, USC, Washington all day long.
I've got no problem with that.
Real quick before you got to go, your thoughts on the Michigan scandal?
Oh, juicy! I don't have a banner for that, but I'm in here. I'm all here for this.
Sharon Moore is an idiot. I mean that's number one.
Clearly.
Yeah, that's pretty much all. That's my take on that. Not smart when you're in the position that he's in, making the money that he's making. But the family and everything too, we don't need to go down that rabbit hole. I think all of our opinions are the exact same.
You did see his jailing sequence, right?
Yes.
Okay, I have a cut short if you hadn't, so I was like, I've got it on call right now.
Yeah,
it's just like a man who literally knows it's all gone.
And
all
then
of it.
He breaks in and he breaks into the what a mess. What a mess.
Then he has the Then he has the gall to have the next day pill shipped in his name by DoorDash, delivered to his personal office. I mean, at least use an alias, dude. Come on.
Yeah, use a name like Spaz or something, right?
Right? Exactly.
I'm sorry. You're right. Adam here, our dear Rutgers host here, our co-host of the Rutgers channel over on another network. He's like, no, you're missing the story. Michigan story is about romance. Penalized more for falling in love. How dare you, Michigan? How dare
Maybe
you?
that's true. Maybe so. Maybe so.
Michigan, you should. They need the death penalty. I think it's time the SMU penalty comes back for Michigan. I mean, they've gotten off scot-free for so much crap over the last like 5 years. Like,
how dare you?
I didn't even have to do it. He's pulling up my clips now. Michigan.
All right, fellas. Well, I better run, but I appreciate your time.
Hey, thanks again, and enjoy your trip up here. And
looking forward to it.
Have a good time, but just not a great time.
Like I said, win or lose, I'm going to have a great time no matter what. I think it's going to be a blast just to see that place and see it full, and just to have a college football playoff game right there is going to be a lot of fun. So, fellas, I appreciate it, and hopefully we'll catch up in the future sometime.
And
yes, definitely.
Thank you, and everyone. Dave's Twitter or X is in the description of the video, as well as the podcast where you can find him over there. That was listed on your X, so I put it in there for your podcast. And,
I appreciate it.
We're looking forward to it. Saturday night, everyone. We're looking forward to it live at Autzen. So thank you, Dave.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, buddy.
Yep, absolutely. Take care.
You too. Hey, he knows how to exit a stream. Some of our guests don't know.
I live here, Dave. I'm technically in Vancouver, Washington, across the bridge from Portland.
He lives in evil Vancouver.
Yes.
What a hellhole. Oregon is these days too. But
all right, are we bringing Adam in for a wrap up segment?
Do we really? Do I have to? Okay, fine, I will. Adam, I'll drop the link for you. I just didn't want to disrupt our guest because you're a fucking obnoxious shit. I was like, no. In the private chat, I'm literally like, not while the guest is.
I put no in capital letters.
I was like in the private chat. I'm like afterwards.
And then he put up, "I've been banned for illicit reasons." I was cracking up.
Yeah, guess. See, thank you, Dave. I had some starred messages from earlier, and I just didn't get to them. AZ Mercy. Anyone know what time Oregon State will be playing on? Evan Stewart, maybe. I don't know. He's the least likely right now, but he's been practicing, so yeah, we're not 100% sure. Georgia Fight, I saw your question too, and we didn't get to ask him, unfortunately. So sorry about that. Oh God, I need something like "I'm from Jersey" intro or something.
Listen, you guys are missing the story, okay? The story at Michigan is about romance.
It's romantic as fuck. Yes.
These two people found love. They are soulmates. And Michigan decides to police relationships now and punish people for falling in love. I think it's disgusting.
Yeah, well, he's the one that fired her on Monday.
I have to say that I'm kidding so that I don't get death threats.
Right?
Well, you could get death threats for being a Rutgers host with a USC shirt on.
Yeah, you know.
See? Even Trojan Fight, immediately as soon as I said that, he got it. He was
come on, Trojan Fight. I'm a USC alum. You're supposed to support me. I mean, come on. Guys, here's the thing about JMU. I do not believe – I respect JMU as a program. I really do. And they had, they only lost by 14 to Louisville, and they beat Washington State by 4. But I don't believe they're among the 12 best teams. And I think they are taking a spot from a team like Vandy, Texas, or Notre Dame that would have made for a better game. So,
well, in all fairness, too, Ole Miss beat Washington State at home by 4 points. Ole Miss.
Yeah.
With
right.
Lane Kiffin. So at the same time, I kind of give them credit because even Virginia only beat Washington State, I believe, by 4 or 5 points at home. So Washington State actually shows on the road they're pretty solid, actually. Like, they're pretty good. They're not a bad team. But in all fairness, so that means since Ole Miss shouldn't be in, because also Ole Miss doesn't even have their head coach.
Yeah.
If you want to play the FSU game with them not having their starting quarterback, well, Ole Miss doesn't have the head coach. So technically, Ole Miss probably should be out.
Look, I think that JMU showed against Louisville and Washington State that, yes, they could play FBS teams competitively. They could play decent FBS teams competitively, but I don't think they're among the 12 best teams, and I think it's a mismatch against Oregon. Having said that, if we must put JMU in, I would have had them playing Ole Miss. I think they would have been more competitive against Ole Miss, and I think Tulane would have been more competitive against Oregon. I even think JMU possibly could pull off a shocking upset in Oxford, 33-30. But regardless, I don't think either JMU or Tulane should be in the playoff. But I do respect them as a program, and they deserve credit for that.
Adam's just butthurt because it's not Rutgers or USC.
Here's what I want to see. I want to see Rutgers and JMU in a bowl game. That would be something. I would have JMU favored probably 3.5. But look, I am butthurt because I went to the Penn State game and the feeling after losing that game was just horrible. But regardless, I want to know from you guys, because you guys, no one's talking about Oregon, and Oregon, this is a game that Oregon doesn't really want to play because if you win, everybody expects you to blow them out. But if you lose, it's the biggest upset in history. Do you think Oregon is vulnerable at all in this game?
Not really. If we play sloppy ball and don't respect them, yeah. But if we play Oregon ball and just do what we do, then no.
Yeah, I think you'd have to see Oregon literally play like a D+ game with multiple turnovers that are just, like you said, sloppy play and just not care almost to lose this game. But if they even come with a B+, A-, B+ game, it by halftime it should be pretty well like. Yeah, Oregon's in control of this.
The reason I ask is because what I'm really thinking right now is how does JMU's defense compare to Penn State's defense? Because Penn State gave Oregon problems for 3/4 of that game, and JMU is statistically ranked higher. So theoretically, especially after Oregon only scored 21 against Wisconsin, theoretically, you could say that it could be competitive, but I don't see how JMU competes in the trenches. Oregon's offensive line, I think, is going to dominate them, and I think that same on defense. So,
well, that's why when we say that JMU's defense is on par, we have to say statistically because of the type of competition they play. Because outside of Louisville, they haven't played a Power 4 team. And yeah, even the Louisville game, they like our guy Dave was saying, they had like a fumble and like the 5-yard line that let Louisville get a easy touchdown or whatever that made the game look worse than it was to be 28-14 or whatever. But they were actually in the game, the whole time. But outside of Louisville, offensively or defensively, they haven't had to face like Power 4 teams, like offensive, and then like we brought up, might have Decorian Moore back, might have Gary Bryant, Evan Stewart's practicing apparently in pads again this week for the media to see. A lot of shit they have to worry about potentially coming back, and they haven't seen a tight end like Sadiq.
And you've probably got you have a possibility of have Wyatt back on defense as well.
But after 3 quarters against Louisville had only scored 14 points, and this was at Louisville. So
Yep.
I agree with you statistically because of the level of competition. But I do think what's going to happen here is I think Oregon's going to run the ball. I think they're going to run for over 200 yards against JMU because the trenches are going to determine. I think Oregon's going to dominate the trenches. And I think Dante Moore is going to throw for about 250. I think a balanced attack from Oregon, but I think on the ground they will be unstoppable against a undersized JMU line.
I like how you said balance because I think we talked about it. Spaz last week we talked about it. We were looking
Talked about it a lot all year.
Yeah, I know. But I think last week, now that the season was actually over, if you literally look at Duck, you be quiet in the background over there. Duck.
Duck just fell to her death.
If you look at the statistics for Oregon this season completely, passing 2,900 yards, rushing 2,600 yards. That's almost 50-50, in a way. I mean, that's really good, statistics.
Yeah,
obviously it's not 50-50, but, you get what I mean. Jesus, I'm not a mathematician here.
So if you're JMU, what do? You can't stack the box because then you're going to force yourself into man. You can't, but at the same time, you're not going to be dropping 8 because you're going to get run over. So what do you do? Play a cover 3 zone and put 5 people? I mean, it's like with JMU, it's damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Maybe a mix of zone / man, kind of like a back half cover 3, but with a man on like an individual person. If you want to like identify Sadiq or something like that, but the rest is zone. I'm not a defensive coordinator, so I don't have the game plan in front of me because I am sure they are looking at everything they can do potentially. Because I mean, who knows? Oregon might just come out and be absolute assholes about this and literally just run it 10 plays in a row, just run the ball.
Whittington is going to run all over them. He is just a force. Why didn't you guys invite me to the game, by the way? I'm upset.
I live in Houston, you bitch.
That's a very spread out city, isn't it? It's a very spread out city. I don't like spread out cities. I like Eugene. There's mountains, forests, and Spaz.
Spaz doesn't live in Eugene. Spaz doesn't live in Eugene. You'd have to go to Vancouver, and that's in Washington, so you'd have to be in that shit area.
I was in Spokane once, and then Seattle. It was nice, but from what I remember. Anyway, so what's your score prediction? I say 45-13.
Ooh, we haven't given our final prediction. That's for a Thursday video or live stream. We've got to milk this playoff thing. We got to milk this. I mean, look at Spaz right now. He's like taking his nighttime medicine. It's kind of chewy. It's taking a while to get it down.
Taking a shot of Benadryl.
I'm not sure what the fuck he's doing right now.
I've been sick.
No, ours is for Thursday. We were asking him, but then I was like, wait, as the radio play-by-play announcer, probably not a good thing to openly be like, give a score prediction. Probably not a good thing. That is a very smart career choice.
I think what Oregon has to worry about is Texas Tech. Texas Tech is because it's not a good thing, in my opinion, for Oregon to be playing inferior competition and then having to go play a very good Texas Tech defense and a very good Texas Tech team. I think that's going to be close. If they get by Texas Tech, I think that they have a shot to go to the national championship game.
I think it's a good one. It's a good though. Like unlike last year, it's a good it's a warm up kind of in a way, But I kind of get your sentiment there. I get it.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll overlook Texas Tech going, oh, that was easy. This is going to be easy too. But then they have to travel across the country to go do it. So maybe the preparation will be different.
Oh, I didn't know you lived up here, Dave.
But Oregon Oregon avoids Georgia and Ohio State, I think. So I think after Texas Tech, wouldn't it be
It would
Indiana?
be Indiana,
Or Alabama?
Alabama, or Oklahoma.
They could beat Oklahoma. No question. They could. I think they could probably beat Alabama. That would be close. Indiana, I don't know. It's going to come down to the trenches again because I felt when they played in Autzen, I thought that Oregon lost because they lost in the trenches. But that's just my take. You guys have a better.
That's fair. The simulated pressure that Indiana was throwing during that game, like they've done all season, really was throwing the O-line off. It was a great game plan by Indiana.
And Dante also said the other day that he got too hyped up and overextended himself for that game. He put too much pressure on himself.
So maybe he learned from it. So yeah, we'll see. Indiana would be a fun rematch. But would we win that one? I don't know. Indiana's good. They're good. I mean, isn't it?
Problem is Indiana can't do what they did against you guys the first game. You guys know what they did. So it's hard to beat a team twice.
Yep.
Spaz, you know what I was thinking right now? I was thinking you would have been a great addition to the series Twin Peaks. Remember Twin Peaks? I could totally see, and that's a compliment.
Yeah, I want the rematch too, Merce. I do.
Is Dante Moore also a lock for the draft? I honestly am not sure. I'm kind of really 50-50. I don't think he had a great enough year, unless he goes and wins. If he wins a national title, for instance, I would see him leave. But like if he gets knocked out second round and doesn't have a great game or something like that, I think he comes back one more year. I'm not sure.
It's kind of weird because most projections are he's top 3 pick.
Yeah, if he's listed as top 10, he's gone. He will be gone. And you can't blame him.
All mocks have him top 3 right now.
Yeah, okay. Yes. Then he would definitely be gone. It's all about his personal pride, but also if you're locked top 10, especially, you're going to be gone if you're locked in the top 10. But yeah, other than that, yeah, because we have like Austin Novosad might go with Will Stein to Kentucky. So then we have Moga, Brock, Thomas, and Achilles Smith, and then we have Beaver coming in. Is it Beaver or Beaver? Is it Beaver or Beavers?
I don't remember.
Beavers.
I think it's Beavers. I was like, is it Beaver or Beavers? I can never remember.
Who's the backup QB for Oregon?
Brock Thomas.
Yeah, Brock Thomas, the walk-on from Eugene.
Oh, Trojan Fight just brought this up. By the way, Jason, Twin Peaks is not a restaurant. It was a TV show, and it was a movie. Outside of Seattle is the Twin Peaks area, very Twilight Zone-ish. Trojan Fight just said that Raiola to Oregon. Now that is
I don't. No. You shut the fuck up.
You just went to timeout.
Yeah,
I
am timing him out right now. Trojan Fight. I am done with your blasphemy, and I will not allow Spaz to do it because he fucks it up all the time. But I'm confirming. Timed out. He's timed out for 10 seconds for that blasphemy.
You guys took Bo Nix from Auburn when he was not doing anything and developed him. I could see Raiola going to Oregon and getting developed. Trojan Fight, I'm with you. Sure. What a horrible thing to say. So
there we go. Now we're back. Now we're back on our normal chat show.
I don't know what happened.
Why do I get thrown out? Okay, why are you criticizing love? Dave's here. Okay, people have a right to love who they want, and the Michigan story is about romance.
It was the quarterback. He missed out on the quarterback Beavers that we got.
Oh.
God, Adam. God, you're slow. No one wants Raiola.
Levitt.
No, hell no. I do not want Raiola.
We'll get Sam Levitt from Arizona State.
I would take a Sam Levitt. He's a fiery guy, and he was injured all this year, so it's kind of like not his fault.
Childs. Watch out for Aiden Childs to Oregon.
Trash.
No. He's like just a package quarterback. I nothing against Aiden Childs. He's just not great. He's not consistent. O Duck, stop talking to O Duck behind our backs.
Gosh, if Rail goes to Mississippi State, he's in trouble. That's not a good place to go to develop as a QB. Unless you're Will Rogers, and I didn't know. He didn't do very well.
Hey,
I'm sorry. Will Rogers.
Don't rain on Dakota Rain Prescott. How dare you?
Yeah, Will Rogers at Mississippi State was great. It was when he went to Washington it sucked.
Well, he was statistically very good at Mississippi State, but I mean, against elite teams, he was horrible. And I don't know if you guys ever been to a Mississippi State game. You know what happens? They have these cowbells that ring in your fucking ear.
Yes.
All the time. Yeah.
It's trying to bring you to Zen. They're trying to get you on that spiritual plane that they're at.
Yeah, Trojan, you won't get him because his buddy Dylan Thieneman went to Purdue, and I'm sure he'll take a call to him.
Oh yeah, shout out Thieneman for getting noted as the I believe it's the highest graded safety in the Big Ten this season too. Note to him, PFF wise. I believe.
Oh, and here's another one from Thieneman I saw this afternoon. Sales of the CCU racist shirt, as they're saying, are going phenomenal.
What?
Dylan Thieneman, the safety from Oregon, transferred from Purdue, came up with this idea of the group of with him, Bryce Betcher, and who's the third?
Oh fuck! Who was the third one that they had in there?
Is it Mateo?
I don't think it was Mateo.
I don't think it was Mateo.
It was Betcher, Thieneman. Fuck! Who was the third one that they had? Maybe it was Mateo. Maybe it was or him and Tuioti. Maybe I'm not sure.
I don't remember. All I know
I'm not
is
sure who the third one was.
They called themselves. They showed up at the press conference. Was it after the USC game? I think it was after the USC Caucasian Collision Unit. Yes,
and that's apparently racist. Apparently, that's racist.
The university asked them to stop selling it online or whatever.
The Oregon show. Guys, this is Grace.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, O Duck.
Hi, O Duck.
Hi, O Duck. And now we know who's flirting over Spaz all the time. She can't hear anything right now, but.
See, I'm a lucky guy.
Yeah.
How much did you pay her?
No money was involved at this time.
Good thing I'm not there because I'd probably steal her.
I can't hear anything. I can't hear anything but.
What'd you say?
Great show, guys. Keep it up.
How much did he pay you for the hour?
No, it's nothing like that. Oh my god.
Well, not at this time.
It's a running chat. It's a running
ha. It's so funny.
Right.
We're talking 8 years time. I think time is worth more than money.
What'd you say, Grace? 8 years, right? 8 years?
9, 8. How many years?
8 years.
Time is worth more than money, my friends.
8 years? What?
Yep.
What drove you to 8 years with that guy? Does he have?
I love the hell out of him. I love him.
You do know.
Does he have you in the basement?
You say it like it's a bad thing.
And you do know he comes online as a female and talks sexually to my co-host here every week, like constantly.
I smell a fib going on.
No, we're not sure if it's Adam or if it's him putting you up to doing computer work.
This is the girl. I'm behind the scenes doing everything.
So she is O Duck.
we're still confused. I'm still confused.
All right, I'll
I'm
tell
so
you this
fucking
thing.
confused. I think it's Adam. I still think it's
Don't
Adam.
find
Adam
the
is playing out
curtain.
he's playing out a hidden gay fetish.
So
Oh
I'm a
my
gay.
God.
I don't
What are
care.
you
I
doing
don't
on this
care.
show?
Oh,
You guys
Yeah.
behave. Good to see you. Talk to you later.
all
All right. Oh my
Tony,
God.
you are hilarious.
right.
Tony's great. I like his sense of humor, but
That conversation just got sidetracked very quickly.
Oh shit.
I'm 50 years old, guys. I'm not, I can't do anything anymore.
Right?
It's called the blue pill.
What's the blue pill?
And you have to wait about 30 minutes for it to come. See? See?
Oh, look,
See?
his hands are right there.
I know, but
So
she just
it's not
disappeared.
him.
She disappeared.
Oh, good
Right away.
point. Good point.
I am not
Good
taking
point.
Viagra, whoever is using swap pills. I'm not taking Viagra. It gives you strokes. Doesn't it?
Yes, that was the point, the blue pill.
Uh,
Tony, I have a Latino. I have an angry El Salvadorian. He's always cranky. He takes naps all day long. He's always cranky. I have to deal with his little fucking short ass. So don't give me fucking bullshit about your Latina girlfriend.
Adam, I'm going to ask this. Is she Duck?
No.
No. Just straight up no.
No, I would tell you.
Oh, is that what we're calling? Is this what we're calling that? The blue chew.
That's another. There's several versions of it.
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah, there's one called Blue. There's also another one called Rocco that Charles Barkley does.
Rocco, I've seen an ad for Rocco through YouTube. Luckily, I don't have to worry about that, so I don't have to purchase that type of stuff. So I just skip the ad.
Well, once you reach 50, ask Adam and me.
I don't have to worry about that. No,
I'll tell you.
I'm a white stallion over here, not that fake Italian Jersey shit. I'm like true white bear stallion type of stuff.
I'm all about the grease, Bon Jovi, and carbohydrates. My doctor told me, he's like, you should stop eating so much pasta, you get diabetes. I said, whatever. So basically, I'll tell you a story about my girlfriend. And Tony talked about this. Well, he's got a Latina girlfriend. My experience with Latina women is that they are very high on energy and intensity. So that is certainly a good thing, but it can also be an intimidating thing. Anyway, do you know what happened last year? We fly back to New Jersey, and Grace has a few too many drinks, and I'm downstairs, and she falls in the shower and splits her head open. I have to call 911.
Oh, you told us that.
Yeah, and we're sitting there in the emergency room. She was there for like 8 or 9 hours, and I had to stitch her up. And the doctor kept staring at me like I was the biggest jackass in the world. She's like, "How'd this happen, sir?" I'm like, "Well, she fell in the shower." She's like, "Uh-huh. Like they thought that I was responsible for some, for that. It was horrible. It's like you go to the hospital to get help. What do I get? I get accused. This is ridiculous. I know you're the one who got hurt, but I was telling what the hospital was, for God's sake.
Just like shut your fucking mouth.
Smart up.
Stop pushing people down the stairs, Adam.
I don't push them down the stairs. I put them under the stairs.
Yeah.
You ever hear that movie, The People Under the Stairs?
Yep.
Tony's Italian. So, yeah, Tony's a cool guy. I don't know where Tony's from, but he seems cool.
Oh, God.
What is wrong? Our viewership is going up.
I know. It's like we've gotten off football and it's going
You're
up.
welcome. You're welcome.
This is horrible.
This is what happens all the time.
Show has gone completely off the rails.
It was an accident.
I come on, the viewership.
We still don't know who Duck is.
I don't know who that is. I have no idea. I think it might be Jeffrey.
No,
Wouldn't that be fucking creepy as shit?
No, it's
Jeffrey.
not any of
That'd
those
be wild.
guys.
That'd be. I mean, that
That's
would just be
what's
a
bizarre
wild
about
turn.
it.
That would be a wild turn, though. That'd be a
I could
twist that we never saw.
I could see him saying, "Hey, I'm young, but I'm lethal." Yeah, I could see it. Let's accuse him.
Yeah, I hope it's not Jeffrey too. God help me.
Look, Taylor Swift and the NFL don't belong in the same sentence. I'm so tired of her. No, Jeffrey's a great guy. Jeffrey's a great commentator. He's a cool dude. But Taylor Swift, is she still going out with
Barely
that tight end?
legal. Wait a minute. Are you saying you're barely legal, or are you referencing terms to the old movie Barely Legal?
Maybe they're thinking what you like.
Told you it was Jeffrey. I told you it was Jeffrey. Jeffrey's barely legal. Look how young he is. See?
There's no way.
You're killing me.
No.
Man. You people are killing me.
Who is this?
I don't know. Ask YouTube to do a legal search for sexual harassment, and we'll get to the bottom of this. All right. Let me activate the search. Okay.
Please welcome Petey, the sexual harassment panda.
Who lives in the East neath the willow tree? Sexual harassment panda hooks.
All right, YouTube, do your thing and find this person.
Yeah, I don't know, Tony. Hey, Tony, are we driving down Saturday or not? Tickets keep dropping, man. They're down to $89.
What if it's Tony?
Oh,
he's luring you into his car. Oh, shit.
The answer is no. It is not sexual harassment if you like it.
That is true. Until you complain about it. Then
that is
immediately
true.
it's sexual harassment.
Spaz, how far are you from Eugene?
2 hours.
North?
Yeah, I'm 2 hours north.
And you're in Houston, right, Ben?
Yeah, I'm not. I'm definitely not going. I'm out for work like a few hours before the game starts, so at least I get to watch the whole fucking thing. But
are you an Astros fan?
Yeah,
no,
you've been framed, Tony.
I'm really just a college football fan. I don't really pay attention to NFL. I don't pay attention to NBA. I don't pay attention to even college basketball because I usually jinx the basketball team. If I watch them, they always lose a game, so I just like stay away. Like, do your thing. I feel like a jinx, so
I'm
just
the same
college
way.
football.
Yeah, me too. Except I do watch March Madness because I like it at the end when they play that song, "One Shining Moment." It's really nice. I like that
too.
song.
Yeah.
If I have nothing else going on, I'll watch some March Madness stuff, March Madness games.
These stupid fans up here in the Northwest, they cry over the weather. It's the first goddamn playoff game, and these students are all out of town. They're all leaving this week, so they're putting all their tickets online for sale instead of going and supporting the team.
That's fucked up. That's bullshit.
Yeah, half the tickets online are from 2 or 3 of the student sections. Easily.
Oh yeah, because the students are on semester break, so they're all leaving.
Yeah, I mean that too. A lot of them probably are, they end up being out of town too. So maybe we can't be at that game because they're out of state, so they're just selling them off. I mean, that's reasonable, but at the same time, I get it. It's James Madison, but goddamn, you get the home playoff game. This should be the atmosphere where everyone's like, football's not done yet. It's the last game for a lot of these players at Autzen ever that you'll ever get to see them there. Come on.
Will Autzen be...
In situations like this, Trojan, they mark them as what did I just see today? Something along the lines of reserved or whatever, because they know that the students aren't going to be there.
Yeah, and Jason O is right. Oregon is one of those kind of like national schools where you're going to get a lot of people, I'm guessing, from Washington, the West, and even the East Coast, West Coast, Midwest, Southwest too.
Yeah, I mean that's why I say I think a lot of what you're seeing online for sale is a lot of people that are traveling during their, the Christmas break, and they're just going home, and they're like, well, I'm not going all the way back for one night, for one game. Unfortunately, just it's not reasonable. I think a lot of that's probably what you're seeing. The
Duck Green, where are you from? Do you live in Eugene or
don't Duck Green for your life and your safety. Do not tell Spaz, because Duck will stalk you too. Do not tell him.
I'm just curious because I'm trying to find a.
You know what Oregon needs to do in the playoff game? They finally need to play the song "It's Not Easy Being Green." That should be
Tony. If you decide to do that, let me know. I need a sugar daddy though.
Well, there's your sugar daddy. He lives in Eugene. He lives in Eugene, so
I just need somebody to split the ticket cost with me because I'm a poor white boy on disability.
Spaz, you'd be shit out of luck if I still lived in Portland or Gresham, the Portland Gresham area, or if I lived in Central Oregon on the Falls. You'd be still fucked because I'm a broke ass white guy too. But I live in Houston, so I don't have to worry about it. It kind of like numbs me because I don't even have to worry about it. I'm like, nope, too far.
You know what's interesting is like growing up in northern New Jersey by New York City. When the only time when I went to the Northwest, like Washington, it is a huge culture shock. Like it's like you feel like you're almost in a different country. It's like just so unbelievably different and beautiful. But anyway, so do you think Autzen will be sold out on Saturday night?
It's gonna be close.
Yeah, I would say it's fully, I guess, sold out in the sense of just general capacity, probably. Now, over max, like in the sense of over packet, probably not. I think it depends on the JMU turnout too.
Yeah, there seems to be a lot of people coming from JMU, so we'll see.
I really want to go.
Yeah, you and me both. And I live up here.
Atlanta to Eugene.
A long way. You'd probably be like Atlanta, Las Vegas, then Las Vegas, or Denver to the
Denver. Eugene. Denver is such a pain in the ass airport. I mean, it is so friggin' big, and like, ugh. So is Atlanta. It's horrible.
Yeah, Denver sucks though. Denver sucks too.
Hey, your crazy ass jumps on a flight, comes out Friday. We'll go. Get a rental car and we'll go.
I would love to. And Eugene has an airport, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get like Marissa's saying, Vegas to Eugene. You can get Denver, Eugene. You can get. There's a bunch of cities now that have a straight to Eugene now.
And so Portland is like how far away from there?
2.5
hours.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oregon has a really nice campus. Oregon has really elevated as a university and a football program in the last 15 years and overtaken USC in football. I mean, Oregon owns recruiting in the West right now.
Yeah.
Don't ask USC fans that, because the current, they have the number one recruiting class for all the 3 stars.
I was there in the John Robinson era, 1993 to 97. We had Keyshawn Johnson. That's about it.
Oh, Trojan's still here. I didn't realize. Sorry, Trojan.
He's like, I knew that was coming.
I knew it. He's like, I knew it. Have we heard anything, Spaz? Is there any update with the other recruit?
I don't know.
He didn't sign with Ohio State or whatever. What was his name?
Chris Henry?
Oh, there it is. Yeah, thank God. Thank you.
Yeah, he signed with Ohio State.
Oh, it did. Okay. He didn't for a while, so that's why I was like, I really hadn't been keeping up. After signing day, I was like, fuck it, whatever.
Yeah, I haven't kept up with it neither.
The point is, we're Oregon still 2/3 in the nation. Recruiting. I mean, fuck me. Come on. You complain?
I'm gonna address this right now. So Jason, yes, Claiborne was a linebacker. Sammy Knight was a linebacker, and I was at the game in 1996 when we beat Notre Dame in overtime. Ron Pallas and Lou Holtz's last game as Notre Dame coach. You're right. And Dalen McCutcheon was a cornerback at USC. Didn't pan out as much, but when I was there, Keyshawn Johnson, Rob Johnson, the quarterback, Sammy Knight, and we did have some good players, but our claim to fame during that era was the 1995 Rose Bowl beating Northwestern. Yeah, Chris Claiborne was a legit player. And I got to shout out Jason O, by the way. Jason O knows football, and he is a Rutgers fan, and he knows Rutgers and knows football extremely well. And he also has a lot of sense in everything else he says. So I got to give credit to Jason O.
That's because Jason was the only one in your chat last night when I came on your Rutgers show.
And
like yes, and okay.
We actually,
I love Jason. I love Jason. I'm not talking.
We don't have how can you expect many people on the Rutgers show when Rutgers loses like they do? I mean,
you would think the Oregon channel would do better too, but when all three hosts start with a B and one's Bjorn. Like fuck me. I watched 2 minutes of it and I'm like, I'm on board. Did we hear about the guy his mom forged his signature to go to Tennessee over Ohio State? No, we did not. I don't think so. I didn't hear about this.
And Tony, you mentioned Mustaine. You're probably referring to Mitch Mustaine. Mitch Mustaine eventually transferred to USC and was the starting quarterback against Notre Dame in the game where he threw a game-winning touchdown pass that was dropped.
So it was not a game-winning touchdown.
No, the best game.
It was an incompletion.
In 1996, when I was a senior, Notre Dame came into the Coliseum, and they were going to the Fiesta Bowl if they won, and they were the superior team, but they fumbled 3 times or 4 times in that game, twice when they were going in, and they blew it in overtime. That was when we had Brad Autzen as the quarterback. They had Ron Pallas and Autry Denson running back for Notre Dame. Yeah, it was an unbelievable game. Yeah, I drank a lot that night, and I woke up the next morning, and all I remembered was the pass that Ron Pallas threw in overtime that got knocked down to win the game. I'm old. I'm going down. There's only minutes left.
That's why O-Duck disappeared again. He can't multitask.
Yes,
will you tell that woman to stop doing dishes so loudly? Be quieter about doing it.
Who are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh.
Or Mrs. Spaz. One or the other. I don't give a shit.
Grace, go outside and don't come in until I tell you to. I know it's 28 degrees. I don't care. Wear a sweater. Go outside, lock the door, and don't come in until I tell you.
Fucking hell.
All of a sudden, we see right hook, and Adam is gone.
Black screen.
Sometimes you gotta lay the law. Sometimes you gotta lay the law down. Now, with this feminism stuff rising up, you gotta lay the law down.
I was gonna say, I was like, at least for me, if I tell Sam that, he'd be like, "Shut the fuck up" and go to the bedroom. And I'd be like, "All right, I'll take care of him in 5 minutes."
Listen, I was joking. I was not being. Relax.
That's what I thought.
All right,
She's got-
relax. Relax.
She's got the kitchen knife out, like, bitch.
You look like
Grace?
Ray Liotta right now, Adam.
Ray Liotta died suddenly, like 2 years ago, didn't he?
Yeah.
He was great. He was great in Goodfellas, man. He was great.
Fucking hell. Even Clint's like,
She's mad because I
yeah,
told her to go outside and not come in. I blame you guys for this. Listen, Grace, I'm sorry.
oh, they're back.
That didn't work.
Oh, fuck, Duck. Oh, you're in trouble now.
Tony, Oregon in '93 was not competitive. In '93, USC and UCLA played for the Rose Bowl. UCLA intercepted Rob Johnson on 4th and goal from the 3 to go to the Rose Bowl, where they would lose to the Badgers of Wisconsin.
Do you want a fucking award or something?
I'm sorry.
He's so apologizing.
She's still got the knife coming
I
at
was
him.
like, he's still apologizing over there. He's like, I'm sorry. Well, maybe before this turns into a fucking murder fest, we should fucking wrap this shit up.
Tony, I was a freshman and I was at that game, and you're right. JJ Stokes was, they went up 17-0 in the first half. And when they got down to the 3, we thought it was going to be a miracle finish. It was not. And I remember that I was pledging the Pike fraternity. Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, Duck, are you coming to keep me warm?
No, fuck me. It's on offer. Shut the fuck up. You fucked in the head tonight. I don't know what's going on.
I think I'm going to watch Basic Instinct after this show. Time
What?
to upgrade from Adam. That's so rude. That's very rude.
I know,
Well,
Adam.
you did try to throw Duck out in the cold. So.
Well, I should probably go, guys, because I have some. I have to repair my relationship now because of what you guys, the mayhem that you've caused. Relax.
All right. So if we don't hear from Adam again,
I didn't mean it.
He's been dismembered, sunk into the bottom of a river with cement blocks.
That sounds kind of cool. Anyway, guys, seriously, thanks for having me on the show and tolerating me. And great show as always. And congratulations on your victory over JMU. Get ready for Texas Tech.
Enjoy your off season of nothingness.
Thanks, I will. And I'll take a Prozac while I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Oh, a few of them.
Later, Adam.
Cheers, guys.
He's supposed to get fucking murdered. If we don't hear from him again, we set it off emotion. I apologize. She did not like that comment. She was like, "What?"
Oh, fuck.
Yes, I know. I give Adam enough shit. I give Adam enough shit. Oh, fucking hell.
So if anybody in here wants to contribute to me getting to the JMU game, my Twitter notification is down there. My Cash App donation is down there somewhere.
It's in the description of the video.
Yeah, I'd greatly appreciate it. Yeah.
Help an old man. Fucking, I was going to say help an old man, but then I help an old rude man who burps for everyone live on stream. Fucking hell. They're down there in the description section. Jason, you're right. You know, the one great thing, just like a lot of the teams, Oregon is a national brand. So Because that Rutgers game, you are correct. That Rutgers game, hearing the fans in the stadium go, "Let's go Ducks," just taking over the entire stadium was fantastic.
Yeah, I didn't put in for this game, Trojan, because I knew I wouldn't get it. So
playoff.
I didn't even try.
You got to be like probably like one of the top 10 to 12 like media people. Like
unless they give out 100 freaking media passes,
yeah,
then maybe I should have.
It's gonna be tough. At least the media booth, maybe. Like an asshole.
No, I just fuck it, Tony. No, just from the press box, apparently.
Yeah, it's like Jesus. Even before we went live with Dave, and he heard that, he was like, "Oh, don't do that." Even he immediately was like, "Yeah, you don't do that."
He's probably thinking, "What kind of a show are these guys?"
He was here for an hour. That means he was having fun. And man, man, that guy, I can tell why he's a radio personality. He can talk, and in a good way, not a bad way. That's why I was telling him, relax. You know, it's not just you doing the call by call. You know, play by play. He's got the voice. He's got the talent. He's got the ability.
Duck, what part of the country are you from? You need to tell me right now. If you want to keep me in your corner, you tell me what part of the country you're from and be real.
Jordan probably brings up a good point here too. Yeah, there are of course bandwagon fans, of course, from across the country who will see things, they like things, whatever, winning teams, uniforms, etc., etc. I mean, that's why I remind people when I say, I live in Houston. I grew up in Gresham. I even told Tony earlier, I said 181st and Hasselo in Gresham, Oregon. That's where I grew up. And he's like, fuck that place now. I'm like, well, yeah, it was better then, but it was better then, all right? Yeah, bandwagon. I don't know if bandwagon people are the most obnoxious or the most delusional fan base, or what part of the fan base is the most delusional. I'm not really sure yet. Maybe it's a mix.
Maybe.
It's like some of the bandwagon people put themselves so wholeheartedly into a team and they lose their shit. Oh, 201st and Stark. Oh, fuck yeah, let's go.
I lived on 181st and 182nd and Stark.
Okay, yeah, I was 181st and when I say Hasselo, a lot of people don't know what that is. 181st, it was 181st and Halsey / Stark.
Yeah.
No, Hasselo was the neighborhood street, but it was 181st. That's where I grew up. So
I lived in an apartment off 181st and Stark area. And what's funny is I was in these apartments and we were partying, and I decided I got a challenge. It's middle of summer, and I got a challenge to, them rescue floaty things, the circular ones they throw at you.
Your hemorrhoid pads?
No, the floaties that they throw out to rescue you if you're in the water.
You mean the life things?
Right.
The whatever life, not life jackets, but life. Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you're talking about.
I got challenged to jump in one. Well, I decided to try to dive through it, and I got it stuck right here on my arms, about 3/4 of the way up, and I was stuck in that thing for 20 minutes trying to get out of it.
Oh, Doc, you're delusional because you think Spaz is hot.
Yeah.
Spaz doesn't even feel insulted by that. He's just like, yeah. Oh shit. Yes, you are 100% correct. This is absolutely true. This is a legitimate thing I heard when I was living in Dallas or in Fort Worth, DFW area. I was living in Fort Worth at the time. I was getting a haircut.
I don't remember the name of them, Tony.
I don't know. I was getting a haircut, and they were literally telling me, like, she was like, "So where are you from?" And I was like, "Well, we're in Oregon." Like, I just say Portland because Gresham. No one knows where Gresham is, but it's Portland. And she was like, "Oh yeah, my cousin, her niece, and whatever went up there for a road trip, like 5 months beforehand, and they just decided never to come back. They were just going to stay there because it was like Austin." That's all that happened. Austin just supplanted from Austin to Portland and fucking made it worse. And Portland had been going downhill for years. But by God, when I left in 2005, it wasn't as bad as it was. Near as bad as it is now. Jesus fuck. Lord.
All right, let's wrap this bitch up. I'm tired. I gotta go to bed.
What do you mean? O-Doug's not done flirting with you, you son of a bitch. You should be grateful. You ungrateful Spaz, you're gonna be fucking start pounding fucking. Goddamn. All right. Anyways, I agree.
Yeah.
So Spaz, we're gonna come back Thursday night with a live and or a recording of our final predictions.
Yeah.
I love that confidence level. Oh Jesus. God help us if you were any less confidence. Oh.
Sorry, I'm getting tired.
O-Duck's inviting you. Ask him for a massage.
I need a massage first.
No predictions, people. Thursday night.
All right, Tony. We'll see you Thursday.
All right, we'll get the fuck out of here. Spaz, it's never a bad time. You know what? I didn't get the After Dark show this week, so you know what? Fuck you. If you didn't make the playoff, your team sucks. Join us Thursday or see our video, and then we'll be with a live post game following the playoff game against James Madison. So other than that, if you didn't make the playoffs, Spaz, what happens to your team?
They suck.
Fucking goddamn right.
Every week your team sucks. Every week we let you know we are here to make fun of